are the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.
Good morning, Santa Barbara Teen Sports listeners. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. 2017. Woo! This is the whole hour of Santa Barbara Teen Athletes 2017 and all those people and businesses that supported those teen athletes. Holy cow, I love 2017. In the house today, Terri Cooper.
That's me. I got some letters after my name. LMFT. I paid $1,000 a letter for that. And it's 2017. And rent has gone up, so clients, come on down.
Dr. Energy needs a new pair of shoes, right? Because she's lost all this weight. That's it. Woo! She went down to half a shoe size.
And that's around my ankles.
Unbelievable. All right, to her right, we've got Katie Mickey. Woo! Look at her. 2017, you look younger.
Thank you. Hello, it's great to be here.
Nice. Like your commercial? Yes.
Indeed.
Very well done.
Thank you.
And I'm telling you, right, my leg is a little tingly right now. Okay, you've been spray before we went up on the mic, so what'd you spray me with?
I sprayed you with some magnesium oil.
Okay.
Magnesium will help your muscles relax. You can absorb it directly into the muscles through the skin. And then some Panaway. That's a combination of birch and wintergreen and peppermint.
Oh, so you did all this. See, this is what I do. I have
409.
And 409. Good. Thank you. Yeah. Well, I mentioned this like last show, like me and these leg cramps, right? So, and then I have to bring all my healers. Yes, I mentioned it. It was the whole show. So then this show, I'm like, all right, enough. All right, I brought all my healers are in the house. That's right. All right, I'm over it. That's it. So what are we doing? So we're applying this, and thank you. I'm really appreciative. So we apply this, 2-3 times a day?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I have to do this by myself, or what? Do I need somebody professional?
Oh, no, you can apply it
on?
yourself with the essential oils and magnesium.
How does this absorb into the skin? I mean, does it absorb into the skin, or is it just topical?
It absorbs directly into the skin and is entering into the blood. Within minutes, you have the essential oils circulating within your blood cells throughout your body. And the magnesium will absorb directly into the muscles to help relieve cramps.
How often is that used versus like taking a magnesium pill? That's a silly question. What I mean is it more effective? Is it equally effective? And where can we get it?
It's instant. When you massage magnesium oil into the muscle, it can relieve your cramps within seconds. Whereas magnesium oil is going to go through the supplement is going to go through your digestive tract.
Well, for further discovery, we're very blessed. We have Brian Falk in the house.
Hello.
Acupuncturist. I think you're getting your PhD on what,
Working
right?
on it, yes.
Essential oils.
No.
It just doesn't end. Okay, so we want to know. What do we want to know? We want to know
What do you
more.
want to know?
We want to know more about this.
Well, about what?
We need to know more about why do I have these achy pains?
Yeah, boy, that's going to take a while.
So,
Where's your coffee? Where's your coffee? It's early here.
All right, so this pulse was pounding me right in the last show. And I'm like, okay, I literally had to leave. And let go of the mic because it was hurting me. And it's like that spot. What's this part of the leg? What is it?
So she's experiencing the front of the calf muscle.
Right.
Oh. Every now and then it sends like a jolt of electricity.
It's been around for a week, Brian. So that's why you're here.
We talked about that.
Yeah, and I know because we are here. That's why I brought you up here today. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So there was I'm mad. Okay. 2017. Let's beat around the bush. Okay, so go ahead. You want to say something?
Well, this happens to athletes, and the fact is that Erica is, and her body is an athlete. She was an incredible athlete in school and so forth. So a lot of the aches and pains that I watch her go through are ones that athletes go through. And our calf muscles, isn't that where we hold a lot of stress?
It can, yeah. It's also one of the most neglected areas of the body. We kind of ignore the calves a lot, and it's wintertime. It's cold, and things get constricted, and you gotta keep them moved and massaged and warm and used.
Okay, so visualize this morning, and I don't know if this was the right thing. So I have this stem machine because I've had it with this pain. Okay, so I'm walking around with this stem machine. I have the bigger one, and instead of the $69 on Amazon, I got the $99. So I got the 4 pads So I stuck these 4 probes like on the area, like right where I got just sprayed.
Right.
And I'm waiting, walking around, doing the breakfast, putting the little thing in my pocket, just waiting for the pain. Okay.
Yeah.
Then it hits me and I'm like, ha! Bang! I banged it back. Okay. And I'm like, brrr. I mean, is that a good thing to do?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, so that's okay. What I did is I shot myself back. You know that little stem machine?
I know.
Alliano's in the house. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, of course, Bruce Lee used it all the time.
Right. So I zapped myself back. I figured, okay, how do you like it? No, not a good idea.
Well, if that's like what kind of relationship you want to have with your calf, I guess.
No.
I like the friendly relationships with the body.
Like,
you got to talk to it. Get some love in there. Touch it. Get in there. What are you doing?
I agree. I always tell, especially to kids, when our bodies are shouting out with a little ting or something, that's information. Something's going on that the body wants us to do. And Katie, you were talking before about how a lot of times what's happening with muscles and forth, it has to do with organs, not necessarily something that you injured when you moved. I thought that was fascinating.
Correct. It sounds like you're describing the tibialis anterior. Am I right? It's the muscle just lateral to your tibia.
Gesundheit?
Yeah.
Fascial tissue.
So tibialis anterior is on a different circuit than the one we talked about last week. We were talking about gastrocnemius and soleus related to your Achilles tendons, which are related to the adrenal glands.
Yes.
The tibialis anterior is related to the urinary bladder. So
I've been peeing a lot too.
Oh
my God! I'm sorry for saying, but I'm trying.
Welcome to Teen Sports Radio,
I'm drinking a lot of
where we will talk
Good
about.
morning, Santa Barbara.
Laura knows because she was our student last year, teen queen Laura Arcodia, and graduated from
She's moved on.
Pueblos High School. Okay, English is her 5th language. She's now a CC Promise Program recipient. Put your hands together. All right. She knows that if she had this issue, I would have probed her up and I would have followed her around the house because this is how we roll. Am I right? Yeah. She got that German in her, right? Right?
That's totally right. I would tell you to suck it up.
Brian's made a very important point that you completely overlooked.
Well, that's not surprising. No, I'm just kidding.
And Laura, you will back me up on this.
We'll see.
You've been in school. You've had teachers who are trying to teach you something, right?
Yes.
If you don't like the answer, do you go up and electrocute them? Your body, Erica, is trying to tell you something. It's trying to teach you something. Stop mistreating it.
Oh.
It's your pain. It's not Dr. Energy's. It's not the sourdough bread ladies, and it's not Brian's. It's yours. So don't hurt it. Help it.
Well.
Actually,
yes.
my bread is now
In defense of bread.
this spelled grain is known to be good for athletes, and it has a lot of amino acid, and it has it helps to produce tryptophan, which is helps to produce serotonin, and athletes use it for muscle expansion and strength and endurance. So in endurance training, they run faster and they feel better. Eat more my bread.
To sum it up, you need a glass of water and a tasty piece of bread.
Oh yeah.
Here.
And everyone's shoving food at my face. All right, who we missed? Dustin, Alliano. We got a couple of minutes left. Listen, you haven't been around a while, but your place is boom. It's exploding. I follow you big time on Facebook. John is reconnected with you. He's in the house now during break. Jack, and you're doing all the stuff with Darren Spiller. We got the program that you're doing there with all the baseball players.
Right.
I don't think that there is a program in any high school that you're not servicing. So I love you.
Yeah, we love the kids.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Congratulations. You got another little one on the way.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, little boy.
You've been busy.
It's gonna be a boy.
A little boy.
A
You
boy.
did it. A little boy. Not that the little girl's not the most
Oh, no,
precious
no,
little.
no.
queen.
She's my
Teen
princess.
Sports Radio,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell us what's going on with, because and
Yeah.
also the your haunted house was huge,
Right.
gigantic.
Yeah, I'm just very blessed to have a team that cares as much as I do about the community, because that's what it takes. I mean, I just couldn't do it. At this point, I just could not do it all by myself. So Alex Ramirez, who's been there since day one, he's the one who organized with Isabella Livingstone. They together did the haunted house, and, I dressed up as He-Man and was, I have the power, just to get the attention. And I think it's going to be a great thing just in that community on the west side. We're going into our 7th year, but I feel like I'm just starting, because through that 7 years without a business loan or a backer, we just had to get the place up and running and make it a gym. Now that it's a gym, I feel like that part's done, and now we're really having time to go out into the community and do outreach. Maybe we could have done it in the beginning, but I didn't feel like I had something really concrete yet, with the trainers coming and going, trying to get the right fit. So for the next, 4 or 5 years, now I think there's going to be a lot more time, not that we haven't been reaching out to the community, but to start to get involved maybe in more organizations. Right. But again, doing it as we've done it before, not jumping into anything blindly, just slowly kind of testing the waters and seeing where our perfect fit is. I personally would love to try to reach the fatherless sons out there. I don't know if there's an organization out there, but just because I grew up as one of those, I feel as though, the fire is going to burn long and strong for those kids. Right. If I get my hands on them and I'm able to work with them, I can empathize with their particular situation. And I don't know, maybe with this group this size out here, you might know, I really want to specifically, it's not that I don't have a heart for the girls that grow up without fathers, but being a man myself, I feel like I can connect better to the young boys who are going through that and the challenges they'll experience going through manhood without that guide.
Right. What about Big Brothers or PAL? Those often have kids coming to them, Boys and Girls Club, that may, not have a parent at home or a father at home. Have you checked any of those out?
Right now, Isabella Livingstone, she's working as Alex's assistant, contacted an organization, AHA.
Oh, yeah.
So we're starting with them and just getting ourselves out there and starting, it's about the connections. It's finding the right people. Not too concerned about a nonprofit at this point. It's just about finding the group, getting the kids to come in. The financial part, I guess that always takes care of itself down the road, but I just want to mentor these kids, and we have a group and a team that is willing to mentor them over at Superior now as well.
AHA's a great organization to get started with.
Okay.
I'm going to be bringing a guest speaker from that.
Nice.
This year. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I have found that the head of that organization is no longer there anymore.
Oh.
And so they've gone through a lot of changes and twists and turns, because we actually had them coming to the gym. We had about 12 kids coming, but it didn't continue to happen because there was a lot of changes going on, but we're sticking with it.
Nice.
And I will also let you know that AHA has a program on this station Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
See how things just, KZSB AM 1290 just makes it happen, huh? All right, cool. We've got great commercials coming up, folks. 2017. What's that?
He has.
Oh, of course. Thank you. Of course he has a new one. We're going to start with...
Thank you, Erica.
Oh, thank you. You're joking. This is what you do. We serve those who serve. All right? Write that down. I'm just saying. Okay. This is Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Okay, Katie, just like I promised you. We got shorted last week. I felt really bad. And then you spent all this time during break and before the show and during the first segment. Rub. So far, I'm just saying, okay? It's been 12 minutes, and I have not had a spike. I'm happy. I don't know. These hands heal. Is that what you want to say? She's got her hands up in the air. Glory to God. Okay? Dustin is in there. Everybody's got their hands up in the air. Look at that. Oh, Brian's wiggling his fingers at me like he's going to curse me. He's cursing me right now. Okay? No, just kidding. Whatever. All right. So, positive. Only lots of positive. Well, it's the first show of 2017. We got to be positive. That's it. All right. Before I introduce you, I want to say one thing. Speaking of positive, we had such a roller coaster December. I don't think I said this from the beginning. I don't think anybody didn't eat. I think anybody needed anything, they were able to get it. And I really do believe Santa was good to everybody here at Santa Barbara. Wouldn't you say? Dr. D, you had a wonderful vacation. Everybody met, got their needs met. Mm-hmm. But I hate to say this, what happens usually starting January 1st is everyone takes a break and they forget. But what happens is we can't forget. We need to keep this momentum going. So I'm encouraging everybody to let's just keep it going, right? How do I say this nice? Dominique, help me. Well, Terri, Dominique, help me keep it going. Come on.
What are we keeping going?
We need to keep the giving and the love and everything, the spirit,
Yeah. So what I do is when I look at my yearly budget, I figure out, I mean, this may sound very old fashioned, but my attempt is for every $1 that I take in, I try to make sure I'm giving 10%. Giving that away to help someone. So whether it's to a nonprofit or whether it's to someone who just comes to me and says, hey, I need something, I set aside something in my budget. And what you're addressing, Erica, is the fact that we all tend to give a lot during the holidays, but then comes January and we're on to other things and we forget about that people need all the time, 24/7. So if you can set up in your budget when you're constantly giving even just a little bit to your favorite nonprofits, to your favorite teen athletes, it's a big help.
I'd like to add that giving is also much more than just monetary. Of course, we all know that, but to giving yourself, giving your presence, giving your attention to anyone, somebody on a consistent basis, to me goes a long way. In helping. Those are the things that you don't see on spreadsheets. You don't see those things. Yeah, volunteering is awesome, but even if you're not doing something formal like a formal volunteering, there's still so many ways of giving that comes out in the smallest ways. But those small things actually make a difference. So.
And the interesting thing about giving is that we get much more than what we give. The satisfaction, the connection we make with people, the feeling of doing something and making a difference, all of that helps us psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, and most of all, energetically as we make those connections. And so we have to have an attitude of gratitude. We are an abundant country. We are an abundant town. We are so blessed to live where we do. So blessed to be Americans and in this century. And so when we give back, we just say to whatever has blessed us with that, thank you. And I want to pass it forward.
Very nice. That is a very familiar experience in the giving of massage. I hear from my students often that it's more pleasurable to give massage than to receive. And one of the extraordinary things that happens is that when you do massage from an energetic hookup state, the energy moves through you first and it fills your heart. And then it extends and it flows out through your hands into the body of another. So you get this amazing heart opening experience every time you give massage. And it feels very vitalizing and it fills a deep fundamental need that we all have to contribute to each other.
Amen.
So I'm going to introduce you to Daisy and Claire, who are two of my students. They're dancers, and they have most recently come and studied massage, and they're dynamite body workers and working in our clinic at the Institute, and they have some wonderful things to share about their experience with massage therapy.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Hi, I'm Claire.
I'm Daisy.
Really great to be here with all of you.
So when did you guys get started?
I started in mid-July, but August, I'm in two separate programs at the Institute.
So I started in September. It was actually kind of a spontaneous come upon. I've always kind of known I'm a healer, but I didn't exactly know what form that would exactly flow through. I have different forms, like dance is one of my ways of healing, but massage is such a great way to just really channel that healing into another person so directly, and feel immediate results. Yes.
So you would agree with what we said earlier that massage is more about you being able to give to somebody else rather than for the person that is receiving it. It's more like the connection between the two people.
Yeah, it's definitely an exchange of energy, which is a beautiful thing, and also something to be mindful of, to make sure that your thoughts are clear and that you're fully present there in your heart space, because you are directly channeling that energy, whatever you're aligning with, into that person.
I've actually found, I had a back injury recently that came back from a couple of years ago, and I found in the process of giving a few massages over the course of that day that at the end of the day my back actually felt better. It didn't completely heal it, and I did have a healer help me with that, and it is healed now. But I did find that giving massage treated my own injuries and helped me with my own pain.
Do you ever feel like if you're in a bad mood or something like that, it makes your massages not as good, or like makes it harder to connect in a good way with people?
Yeah, definitely. I think we can both attest to that. Not being present for someone is probably more damaging than anything you can do with your hands. During a massage, as long as your intention is there, the massage will benefit the person on the table.
I have a question for you, ladies.
Yeah.
So, I'm an ex-athlete myself, and I work with a lot of athletes, and I've gotten several massages over my life, all various types of forms. Some have been very painful, some have been very relaxing. The ones that were painful were supposed to be the best for my myofascial release or whatnot. But yeah, I'm glad you're shaking your head, because my question leads into that. If massage is energetic, which I believe in energy, would it be said that you don't have to put as much physical effort into healing someone's body as, let's say, someone who does sports massage? Because to break up that myofascial release, I'm sure it takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort from the masseuse, especially if you're dealing with someone twice my size, let's say a linebacker who's 260 pounds, 6'4", pure muscle. Can you energetically almost hover his body? If he believes that it's going to work too, I believe in that, they've got to be open to it, rather than having to get your elbow in there and break up that scar tissue or that myofascial release. Do you believe both can be done effectively?
Yeah, I think that it's definitely a multidimensional experience. So you're working on the physical level, and I think that it's important to have a variety of technique you use. Make sure that you warm up the fascia before you work into it, because if you just go straight into with your elbow, that can be harmful. And so
I also feel like the two don't have to be mutually exclusive. They can go together. You can be working on somebody energetically and physically. And I think we can both attest to the fact that we combine everything that we know into every single massage that we give. Go ahead, Katie.
So there are different tissue layers that we can work on with the massage, and so sometimes what is needed is that breaking up the myofascia, and the elbow is a fabulous tool for that. And so what we present is that when you use correct body mechanics, it's fairly effortless as the massage therapist to break up the myofascia. And for the receiver, you described it being very painful. What we can do preceding that is we can work on releasing your body's natural opiates. These are called endorphins. So we can stimulate the release of the endorphins, flood your body with that, so that by the time we get to the myofascia that needs to be worked on, your body has a different level of pain tolerance, so you can receive it with greater ease.
So do your students need hours to become certified? Because I'll be the dummy. No, but how can we, where is the Institute located? And
we're at 516 North Quarantina, and we have a student clinic that runs Monday through Saturday afternoons and Wednesday through Thursday evening. There's lots of opportunity to come and receive, and we offer a variety of modalities from medical Qigong to the deep bodywork styles.
Katie, you got to look at me. Hey, guess what? We're going to take a break. Woo, baby girl! You knew. You don't know. But when I wave, that means we got to shut it down. 2017. I'm not just doing the dance here. People looking at why is she breaking down. I'm doing it. Woo! That's right. That's right. Terri Cooper's moving with me like we're dancing. No, that means we got to take a break. All right, we're taking a break. All right, Dr. D, don't go anywhere. We got a lot to go. Okay. This is Erica Saul. We got new commercials. Dustin Alliano's in the house. We're excited. I will be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Laura, where else can you find us?
You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and teensportsradio.com.
And Laura, you know, the world just grew. We have so many new little babies in the house, you know, being born and everything every single day. And they speak all different languages.
Yes, they do.
They didn't come into this world like you speaking 5, but let's try to reach out to them, okay?
Okay.
That's because we got this new generation of people that are listening to Teen Sports Radio. All right, let's do it.
Salve a tutti, buon anno nuovo, siamo finalmente nel 2017, spero che stiate tutti bene e tanti auguri. Hallo an alle, wir sind jetzt endlich in 2017, ich hoffe, dass es alle gut geht und dass ihr ein sehr schönes Jahr haben wird. Bonjour à tous, on est en 2017, j'espère que vous allez avoir une année très bon. Hola a todos, espero que todos tienen un año muy bueno y feliz año nuevo. And hello to everyone, I hope that you guys are going to have an awesome 2017 and that everybody's doing good.
Woo! I'm talking about. That's right.
Okay, Laura, you take the card. I mean, when I try to think about the cake, when I try to think about...
She took the card out of the cake.
What I'm going to simply say in English, but the way that you flow from one language to another, it just tells that everything you say is coming from your heart. Really appreciate it.
I close my eyes. I think I'm in Helsinki, okay? An international airport, you know? Missed my flight. And I'm like, yeah, like awesome.
Mom chaining.
That's it. So, no. You're not going to be speaking of so intercom.
Oh, no.
You're going to be in the UN. United Nations. That's right. And I want the world to hear Teen Sports Radio. What?
You know, seriously, Laura, I know that you have an agenda for your college and what you're going to do, but with those languages, you could be an interpreter for the courts, for the UN. You could make some serious dinero, d'argent, moolah, any language you put it in.
That's amazing.
Dinar.
No. You could have a strong impact on this beautiful world.
Impact.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. She's awesome. She's beautiful all the way around.
And she's studying Russian.
That's right. Yep.
Chinese.
Yeah, she's Chinese. Right. There you go.
Next Russian.
There you go.
Having that head that you can think that. How did you come in?
Do you want to go on a mic and ask a question?
I just sacrificed utter knowledge for languages.
No, but it was really great because we have the Chinese students in right now, and she's been such a help because at Bishop Diego, actually, they did not understand why all these Chinese students that were struggling will all of a sudden be getting A, B student. Like, you know, believe me, I'm not doing their homework, okay? It ain't happening in this rodeo. So we had to out what was going on, and Laura was going to the house 2-3 times a week, and she was tutoring them. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they had to meet Laura. So she had to go in and meet the principal and the English teacher, and they were just like in awe, you know, what she was doing. So it was awesome. Thank you, Laura. You're awesome.
You're very welcome.
So
They're
I
awesome
just
kids.
want to tie in and equate Laura's ability to speak in multiple languages. That's really what our bodies are doing to us all the time. So we have language coming from our heart. We have language coming from our kidneys, from our urinary tract. Our whole body is speaking in multiple different languages, telling us information so that we can have a more blissful experience. And that's part of what I'm getting from what you're teaching at Body Therapy. And it's so interesting that you don't call it massage school. You call it the Body Therapy Institute. That's fascinating.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. We're treating the whole body and the mind emotion. They all are interconnected. So we work with the organs, we work with the blood system, the muscles, bones, and with the mind and emotions.
Brian wanted to say something just deep. Right?
I was trying to get a word in, but there's so much great conversation going on here.
That's a nice way to frame it.
Well, I was just thinking about systems theories and networks of communication, and you're absolutely right. The body is a channel, and communication's a channel, and there's many ways to communicate, and certainly verbal is one of them, but we have so many other ways of communicating non-verbally, but also through our bodies, through dancing, through
verbal
so many different ways, right? It's one of many.
Yeah, verbal communication is definitely the most shallow of all the ways you can communicate with somebody. I mean, you're speaking to somebody Italian. I'm really trying to contain myself from moving my hands when I speak. But yeah, there's so many other things, like the way you cross your arms, the way you move away from somebody, or like you cross your legs towards somebody, or like dancing. Like I've danced most of my life, so there's many ways to communicate. And I guess massaging and like passing energy is one of those very intense ways that we don't really recognize consciously.
Right. One of the things that people don't realize is that if they sit there, they listen to you spout off the 5 languages of greeting and what have you, oh, I could never do that. Wrong. Whatever your area of expertise, beyond your ability to communicate in English to one another, in this country specifically, whether you're a nuclear physicist, you're a teacher, whatever your career is, computer programmer, you know other languages. You just don't look at it that way. And that's kind of what you were just saying in that respect. So can you learn another language?
Oh,
sure.
Totally.
Are you No, I mean, I'm saying speaking you plural.
Yeah.
Are you willing to? Because you've already done it, you know, by, again, whatever career you have chosen to go into.
I mean, math is a language, technically speaking.
Math is a language. Absolutely. Absolutely.
In the work that I do as a therapist, one of the processes we do is called dialoguing with the body. And it's in writing. And you have a conversation in writing using both hands, talking to a body part, and it will tell you exactly what it needs, exactly how to make it feel better. And so if we just listen, and it doesn't have to require a lot of intuition or a particular skill, it's really just a matter of being willing to having a technique like this writing that will help us to do that. And one very quick question I'd like to get in before we end this segment, and then I'd like you to address that afterward, Katie and Claire and Daisy. When you're touching somebody, do you also get a sense of what's going on with them, not just body-wise, but psychologically and spiritually? Because if you touch into the body with consciousness, you're going to really become aware of what is being held in the musculature that's nonverbal.
Definitely, yeah.
Part of the reason it's called the Body Therapy Institute is because she also has a medical Qigong program. It's through traditional Chinese medicine style of healing. Yeah. So part of what I'm learning, part of our diagnosis is just hovering our hands over the body. And we do this in regular massage as well. But you can hold your hands around the head and feel which parts of the brain are really, really firing and which parts are a little, not dead, but a little more quiet.
Nice.
So
Dr. T's firing it at me. That means the smoochy sign. That means the smooch.
Yeah.
I was just going to say to what Terri, her comment about having a conversation with your body in writing, based upon what you're experiencing, you're having an argument and you need to knock it off.
It's so funny. We'll talk about it at break.
You're not listening. And so if you listen, it will not have to hurt you to get your attention.
That's right.
Oh, goodness. Everyone's be mean to me. It's 20. No, we have to take a break.
No, we're trying to guide you gently.
All right, thank you. We'll take a break. I'm going to drink more water. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. Brian Falk, we are so blessed to have you in the house.
I'm happy to be here.
Integrate what you do with the massage. I mean, I've always thought if you partnered, and I think you've done this before. I think we've had these conversations before. When you have the acupuncture with a massage therapist, have you ever done that and worked with somebody? Have you ever had to partner with somebody like that or no?
I have, all through school and then afterwards, and in my own work. I mean, I think integrating different modalities sometimes is very powerful. One on its own, just if you're just doing massage, that can be powerful. But if you're integrating multiple things together, whether that's doing sound healing or aromatherapy, or in this case, acupuncture and massage, absolutely, it's they're synergistic. They work together.
Right. Because I find you to be very intuitive. Because you've worked on me a lot, like especially when I had my Achilles and everything, and it's like you've tried different things, and then but I think that's more on a conscious level of when you see me, and then you're feeling certain things because it's not the same, hamburger. You know what I'm saying?
We have many ways of knowing, and one is through our intellect, one is through our feelings, one is through what we're picking up in our bodies, and one is through intuition, that things come in flashes or images. So ideally try to use all of those functions together, not just your intellect, all the things I've learned. Sometimes you put those aside and you let other functions come in. Maybe you're feeling something. So the idea is to try to use everything you got in your own being and then connect with the person you're working with to be creative and skillful together. So.
Well, I was curious, ladies, in your study of dance, I was curious how you bring your knowledge of motion into how you give a massage. And I was curious how that's affected your practice.
Yeah, for me, it's all about body awareness. And so being very in tune with what's working for my body, because it's important that I'm not, it's working for both me and the client. And so it's really brought this whole new just consciousness to the table. And
So you're speaking to whether you're back straight while you're working on the client?
Right, yeah. Posture is very important, and the way that the energy moves, I feel like I'm way more in tune with the way energy moves and flows because of my dance.
I'm a modern dancer primarily, and a lot of what we do is floor work and grounding, really rooting into the ground. And I find that really has helped me stabilize myself to do multiple sessions, but also channel the energy through my body into my client.
How have each of you been changed by each of the massages that you do? Are you consciously aware of a difference in yourself after each massage and maybe after each day and after each week, that kind of thing?
Definitely. I feel like when I'm in that slowed state of, just slowing down and tuning in a lot of almost I'm more open to receiving messages from the universe. And so as well as, just being, meeting them at their energy and then just kind of knowing how to move that and guide that has been amazing, and cultivating relationships with my clients, and it's such an intimate experience that it's a great way.
I think it's almost my preferred method of getting to know someone now. I'm a bit of an introvert, and talking can be difficult sometimes, but with somebody in their most relaxed state and helping them sink even deeper into that, it really helps me get to know someone.
It's kind of like what Laura was saying. The language is the worst form of communication. It really, because it's so incomplete.
And it can be misleading.
And very good, very misleading.
I was very shy when I first came into massage, and not exactly confident that I was going to be able to have the strength or the capacity to help people. And what I found was that I did have enormous capacity to help people when I was given the tools, and it built my self-esteem and my confidence tremendously. Each massage that I gave and had that wonderful positive feedback that I was contributing to another, that I received back in spades, that sense of worth and value, and that I have within my own body. My body is this amazing tool that I can channel, and I can and I have this confidence that I can help most anyone at any time. I've often gone into a hospital situation in crisis, and I'm able to help a family member in a very profound way, rather than being, leaving it to other professionals. I have tools to activate pain relief, to assess and diagnose what's going on in the body. It's an extraordinary gift when you learn to read the map of the body, and then you can share it with others.
And there's an equation, a universal equation that a lot of people fight. We were talking earlier in the first and second segments about giving and receiving, and there's a universal equation. There has to be a giver and a receiver. There cannot just be givers. So for those people who fight, oh no, I don't, no, thank you, no. Yeah. You have to become a part of that equation, and you three in particular, you are a part of that equation very consciously, and your intent is there. That's fantastic.
Thank you. That's a very beautiful reflection. And in the training of bodywork, in the classroom, we give and receive equally. It's a very important part of learning to become a body worker, is to learn to become a receiver. I've received some fabulous sessions from these two gals, and it's so enriched our relationship.
Mm-hmm. I also believe that massages have the vulnerability aspect that is really not accepted from our society. Like, we try to not be vulnerable. Instead, massages ask you to be like the opposite and finally open up to somebody. And I feel like that's the psychological thing that is the most like relaxing and challenging one, because I know the first time I got a massage, I was stiff for half of it. Because I swear, I was just like, man, where are you going? Like, this is not okay. Like, what is happening here?
I was actually very surprised at first when I started my student clinics that most of my clients were men. And I feel that our society really stifles men's voices in terms of being vulnerable. They're not allowed to be vulnerable in public. So massage provides a private space for a lot of my male clients to just have that time for themselves.
Yeah, we have Dustin and Alliano in the house. I mean, honestly, Katie, you should hook up.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd love to get some of your cards, and I'll share them not only with the clients but the trainers.
I think that's
because we need it just as bad.
Yeah. The trainers, for me, because you have superior trainers, okay, all there. Right. But I mean, if they were all superior trainers and then they were all massage therapists, right. I mean, that's a different level of consciousness as far as training. And
I tried doing both in the beginning. Remember, because I had the certification, but I don't know how it is. It was hard because I would schedule a massage session, and then I'd have a training session, and then I'd have a massage session, and it was such a difference of energy. Because like you guys, I would put myself into the client. I would give them my positive energy and healing energy. But I would feel drained, and then I'd have to go and be uppity to motivate an athlete to go work out as hard as he can, and I just couldn't do both. I tried it for a year, but I had a question as well. What do you do with toxic energy, and do you teach your students? I remember I just visually do that.
Brushing your arms like you had flour on you.
And that just came to me one day. I just felt like, and it worked, maybe because I believed it would work, but what do you do with that energy?
In the medical Qigong program, we learn a couple of ways to protect ourselves, to create a protective space around ourselves as workers and then around our clients. Mm-hmm. But then we also create visually and physically create a drain into the ground so the toxic energy has somewhere to drain and return to the earth and become renewed. And
we had they're just draining the swamp. That's what they did. They drained that swamp. I'm just saying, put your hands together. They're draining the swamp. I'm just saying. Stop all staring at me. You're all being mean to me. Guess what? I've got to take a break. Oh, perfect timing. This is Erica Salda. We've got a lot more. Don't go away. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday
at 9 a.m. First show of the year, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring back in our co-host, okay, the sourdough bread lady, and every time she comes in, I always have to give her hugs and kisses, and what she did this time is she brought in her husband, and we don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to say, everybody put your hands together, because we have enjoyed probably about 15, 20 loaves every single time you come, and I always try to get rid of them all, okay, and they're all gone again today.
Here's share them.
Well, we share, but this is back east. We get rid of them, but at a nice cost, price plus 3. Okay, no, I'm just saying, what I'm saying. Cost, travel, the whole expenses and stuff. And these are mine, right? I'm just saying. Are they mine with the butter?
Yeah.
No, they're not yours. Terry Cooper wants them. They're not mine. Okay.
Okay. Happy New Year.
Aww.
Yeah, I want to say that thank you so much for giving me opportunity to share what I do with at least Santa Barbara, maybe the whole world. And I already have some people who contacted me.
Nice.
And I want to vouch for.
We have a lot of listeners. We've got a lot of listeners.
We actually do have listeners. And one of them is I want to vouch for Julia from Hope Ranch.
Oh, Julia, Hope Ranch, Queen loves you. Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Energy loves you.
Thank you so
Brian
much.
Falk, do you love Julia?
Of course. I don't know her, but I love her.
Yes, we all love her.
So I just want to quickly say that what I do, I bake this bread from spelt, which is healthy, and it gives that healthy, nutty, grainy flavor, which it can be for people who are used to white, fluffy bread. It can be misinterpreted as a dry and not fresh, but it's actually that's the way it's supposed to be. It's very healthy, and I was recommending last year, and I want my listeners to continue to try to bake bread yourself. You don't have to buy it from me. You can bake it from any flour. Just go to the store, buy it. Because when I bake my bread, my husband just loves me, and he says that we have such a great relationship, and no matter how it comes out.
Quickest way to a man's heart.
My name is Larry.
Larry, hi.
And I just love it. Hi. I just love it when I come home and I smell that fresh baked bread. Oh,
what a lucky guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so when there's only 2 slices left on the counter, so what do you ask? You say there's none left? Is that what you say?
No, can I have half? Can we share?
Awesome. All right. Everything is up on the website. If you guys are interested, you know what to do. You could also
you can call or text me at 805-636-9454. 805-636-9454.
We got a minute left. Brian, what'd you like most about December? Holidays.
The surfing.
There you go.
The surfing, the waves came.
There you go. Katie, what about you?
Time with family. My brother came to visit from Santa Cruz, and we all got together as a
Laura,
family.
talk to me.
Same time with my family because I went back home.
Oh, woo!
And Germany and all that stuff. So yeah, I was really happy.
Dominique.
Okay, I know they may not be listening right now, but my chickens. I'm so grateful to my chickens.
I'm grateful for my family. We had a great time. I had my niece coming from Australia with her 2 babies, and my mother's birthday and Christmas was at the same day.
And I am grateful for my daughter, Jane. She's my folk daughter. That means family of loving choice. And she's a wonderful daughter. I couldn't have made a better one myself. And so I'm grateful for that. And Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year to everybody. I've got to reach out to a couple of businesses that have been huge, okay? Massage Green, all right? Oh, he's giving me the smooshy sign. I can't say hello to everybody. All right, we're going to have to wait till next week. Hey, Ann Dalley, the postal master, she's not even going to say anything. She's not even here, but we're going to talk to her next week, definitely. Thankful all the postmasters in the country because you killed it this year. Thank to all the postal workers. Thank to all the farmers. All right, and thank to all the volunteers at the Unity Shop. God bless Santa Barbara. See you next week.
Nothing's gonna ever keep you down.